Buddha.
What is going on, everybody? Hopefully you're all having a good day. Welcome to the pregame. We got the New York Yankees taking on the Toronto Blue Jays in a 4-game set. Tonight is game 1. We will talk about predictions. We will get into the matchup. We'll talk about the lineup. I'm already seeing the comments, and I'm going to get to those comments here momentarily. But shout out to everybody in the chat. How's everybody doing? Make sure you all hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, share this channel out with anybody you know. And any support that you all give to this channel is greatly appreciated, and I do thank you. So let's say what's up to the chat real quick. My guy Nosebleed section in the chat. What is going on? How are you? My boy Izzy. What's up, Izzy? How you doing? How you doing? We got Gregory Wayne in the building. What's going on? My guy Ken is in the building, who hosted with me earlier today, which he's an awesome co-host. So what's up, Ken? How's it going? Jonathan, what's going on? Jared, what's going on? Shout out to everybody in the chat. We'll continue waiting for more people to come in. So, yeah, as we discussed earlier this morning, should I say, the Yankees are on a 3-game losing streak. They lost their 4th consecutive series. How are they going to look in this series? Some of you were dropping your predictions. Hopefully, this series against Toronto, and keep in mind they're going to Toronto to play against the Blue Jays. So again, 4-game set. They got to bounce back, right? Under normal circumstances, I would have said, I'd be happy with a split, right? But because of how things have been going, and as of late in these last couple of weeks, and because of where the Yankees are in the division, yes, they are in first place in the division, but they're only up by 1 game. Okay. And because they're up by 1 game, winning 3 out of 4, I feel like has to happen. It absolutely has to happen. So if they win 3 out of 4, that's a successful trip. Listen, I'm not going to complain if they split the series, but 3 out of 4 is what's needed here. That's my take on it. You all let me know what you think. All right. And we got Jonathan in the building. I saw you already. All right. Daniel Berry Sports Highlights. What's up, man? Happy Thursday to you. Make sure you guys subscribe to Daniel Berry Sports Highlights. My guy's always uploading videos, so go check him out. All right. Now, FJ, we got FJ in the building. What's up, FJ? What's up? What's up? Again, make sure you all hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, share this channel out with anyone you know. I would greatly appreciate it. So, I don't think this series against the Blue Jays is going to be easy. And I always say it, anytime you play a team in the AL East, it's always the games are always tight. All right. I know the Blue Jays right now are 36-43. They're in last place in the division, but I can almost promise you, and I wouldn't be surprised if they play the Yankees hard, because they always do, especially in Toronto. So let's see what Ken is saying here. He's saying you played a second at your dealt. DJ not playing second just goes to show me that DJ's foot hasn't recovered. I'm sure his range at the position is limited. Yeah, and I there was a couple of comments, right? People are now saying, Jahmai Jones is playing second base, and what I don't understand why, or I don't know why Jones is playing. Well, okay, so here's your choices. Here's your choices, because we're gonna go over the lineup, but Jahmai Jones is playing second base. Since the start of the season, people were complaining about Gleyber Torres. So take your pick. Do you want Gleyber Torres? Or you want Jahmai Jones? Choose. I want you to tell me. All right. DJ LeMahieu came back from injury. He hasn't been playing well. Fans were already complaining about DJ LeMahieu. Certain fans always want to package DJ LeMahieu in a trade for whatever reason. I mean, no team's going to take him, and he's a 5'10" guy, so he's going to veto. He would veto a lot of the trade proposals if they were to try to trade him. So either it's DJ at second base or Gleyber at second base or Jahmai Jones. Who is it going to be? I want you to tell me. And Brad, what's up, Brad? How you doing? Yeah, I agree. They have to stop the skid immediately. Like I said, they're on a 3-game losing streak. They've lost their 4th consecutive series. It's been a bad stretch of baseball over the last couple of weeks, unfortunately. But they got guys that are hurt. Okay, they got guys that are hurt, and they're going to have to make do with what they have. All right. It's not, right now their bench pieces is not the greatest. Some of the players that they have, they're not hitting, especially the bottom of that lineup, right? They're not hitting, but you do what you got to do. I mean, Yankees are going to be aggressive at the deadline. I do believe that. All right. I do believe that changes are coming. And I hope whoever they get is gonna contribute to this team in a good way. Well, whichever plays better defense. Let's see. Gleyber's not been playing good defense. DJ, I mean, he plays good defense, but his bat has not been good. He's sitting. So what are we left with? And again, I know you're saying DJ. Yeah, he's a good defender. You could put him at second base. But, to what Ken was saying, who's to say if he's fully recovered? We don't know. He might have been rushed back. He did have, there was one point when he was making his starts at the minors, he had a setback, right? So he may have been rushed back. All right. And we got my guy, Cold Italian Pizza. How you doing? Hey, saying ANFE, since most of the lineup is not hitting, teams are going to pitch around Judge whenever they can. There's no protection. Well, that's the unfortunate part right now is, they're pitching around Judge. They're pitching around Soto because they know that the rest of the lineup they can take advantage of. But the rest of the lineup needs to step up. The rest of the lineup needs to step up. So, the rest of the lineup needs to make something happen. It can't just be Judge. It can't be Soto. It can't be Volpe. These are the 3 guys that are producing right now. Unfortunately, Verdugo, I hate to say it, he has been in a slump right now. Okay, Verdugo needs to absolutely pick it up. Since that game where he hit a home run against Boston, he has been his stats have been bad. He's been terrible. All right, and I know as of late the Yankees have faced a lot of left-handed pitching, and it's killed them. The Mets, as much as they're a rival, it's a rival on the other side. They started 2 lefty pitchers because they knew that the Yankees don't hit well against lefty pitching, plain and simple. All right. My thoughts on playing Jahmai Jones at second base. I mean, I guess we'll have to wait and see. I mean, do you play him at second base? Do you play Gleyber Torres? Do you play DJ LeMahieu? We'll see how he does at second base. Hopefully his defensive numbers are better. We know Gleyber hasn't been great defensively. What's up, Kevin? Saying right now, I think it'll be a slow deadline for everyone. Too many teams in contention. Yeah, listen, there's not going to be, big major moves right now. All right. And with the Yankees, they're going to roll with what they have until the deadline. And a lot of the teams that could be selling could also be contending for a playoff spot, whether it be at the top of the division or one of the wild card spots. So we're going to have to see, right? Depending on where teams are at the trade deadline, we'll find out who's going to be selling and who's not going to be selling. And it's pretty competitive right now, especially on the National League side. So things could quickly change between now and then. You never know. All right. Verdugo was 0 for 22, but he did have 2 hits last night, which is a plus. So hopefully that was a little motivation for him. Hopefully that lights a fire on him. One against the lefty and the other against a righty. Okay. I got you. And I do hope that Verdugo's bat does wake up. You know, to me, he's a major asset to this team. He was traded. The Yankees traded for him for a reason. So, let's see what happens. What's up, Dev? How you doing? Army Chow Mein, what's up, man? He said this is a good game to try to get another game between Yankees and O's. Gossman been having some rough starts lately. Yeah, no doubt. I mean, again, we'll see what happens. Baseball, as we know, is a funny game. You just don't know what's going to happen. What's up, Sunil? Mountain, and don't know if you saw my message earlier on getting your interviews and live streams out there on the Yankees group I run. You run that channel? Yankees group called the Bronx Zoo. You run that channel? Yeah, I mean, look, I wouldn't be surprised if the Yankees lost today. I mean, they traveled. All right. So they were the team that traveled. And, it's not like they traveled within the U.S. They traveled up to Canada. So they're going to another country. Granted, they don't have to travel far. It's up north, but still traveling. It's still, especially to another country, it does wear on players. So, I wouldn't be surprised if the Yankees didn't win today. Although you have Carlos Rodon pitching, and we'll talk about the pitching matchup. Oh, it's a group, not a channel. Got it. Okay. I feel like there was a group called the Bronx Zoo. It was a YouTube channel, but I could very well be wrong. But I do appreciate it, though, Sunil. Thank you so much. Do appreciate the support as always, man. But, I'm going to bring up the pitching matchup right now because we all know Carlos Rodon is pitching. And we got my guy, Maza, in the back. He's trying to connect. He'll be up here momentarily. So Ken is saying the moves that the Yankees are going to make prior to the deadline aren't going to be the big names and contracts like Vlad, Alonso, Bregman, Miller, any of the teams are of the flavors of the month. You're not wrong there, Ken. I don't disagree with you on that. So, yeah, you're not wrong. So, and I got my guy Maza here.
What's up, man?
What's up? How's it going?
Oh, not much. I just got done with the interview with Greg. Great guy, by the way. Great guy.
Yeah, I caught some of that interview. So, yeah, he's a great guy. I interviewed him a couple of weeks ago. Super
very
cool
knowledgeable.
Guy. Very knowledgeable. Yeah.
I had a lot of fun doing that. So,
no doubt. Yeah, Sunil, thank you. I do appreciate that. So, I'm going to bring up the lineup. I don't know if you saw the Yankees lineup.
I have not seen it.
Okay, because I'm already, people are already complaining about the lineup. I'll pull it up momentarily. We'll talk about it. But
okay.
All I'm going to say is, to some folks, right? And this isn't no disrespect by any means, but don't make up your minds. Do you want?
Yeah.
You know what? We're just going to pull up the lineup right now.
Let's do it.
We're just going to talk about it because there's a point that I do want to make, and I want to get your opinion on it.
Okay.
So that's what we're going to do. All right. So let me zoom in a little bit more. So this is the lineup right here. Okay.
So it's Volpe, Soto, Judge, Verdugo, Rice. Again with Jahmai Jones, I don't get it. I like the idea with Wells, Cabrera, Grisham. They're playing Grisham, which is good.
Yeah.
Jahmai Jones, I don't understand that at all.
Okay. So let me point something out because there's a couple of other people that said something about Jahmai Jones, and I understand why. So Jahmai Jones is playing second base. Now,
Okay.
a lot of fans have been complaining about Gleyber Torres. A lot of and rightfully so. The guy's hasn't been having a good season. So they're complaining about Gleyber Torres. And now people were saying put DJ there. Well, you fans are complaining about DJ because he's not hitting.
Mm-hmm.
So make your decision. Do you want DJ, Jahmai Jones? Do you want JD Davis? Do you want Gleyber Torres? Like who do you all want?
This is me, and this is just my opinion on this. What I would have done is I would have put Waldo at second.
Okay.
And I would have put JD Davis at third because JD Davis can play little third. And then I would have had Waldo and JD switch.
Or actually, I would have put Jahmai. So I would have put Jahmai Jones at the bottom of the lineup. I guess more or less what I'm getting at is this whole thing of, because people were complaining about Gleyber Torres. They complained about DJ LeMahieu. They're complaining about, these guys playing. I mean, Jahmai Jones, and it's just like D-Rod said, what's up, D-Rod? Right now, this
out of the closet.
Yeah. Yep. He's been out of the closet. D-Rod saying this is the best lineup the Yankees have to offer, and I agree with him. I mean, this lineup right here was better than the last two that they put out against the Mets.
Oh, I don't disagree.
Yeah. And so Jones has to play at some point. Listen, if John Birdie was not hurt, Jones would not be on this team right now.
That's a very valid point.
So,
and I was only asking why is Jahmai Jones in there is because I didn't actually hear the rest of the conversation, so I was just trying to push myself up and understand the reasoning behind it. Why he's adding up Ben Rice behind Ben Rice like that, I don't know. I might have put Waldo up there, but again, that's just my opinion.
Right. Oh, we got my guy Scott in the building. What's up, Scott? How's it going? And Ken, you brought up JD Davis at third base, and Ken brings up here that JD Davis has a negative F-WAR at third.
Oh, okay. Well, I didn't know that, so thank you for that information.
Yeah. Well, I heard I've heard that from other folks too, that his game at third base isn't great. His defensive game at third base isn't great. So he's better off at first base. And D-Rod is saying DJ doesn't have the range to play second anymore. You could put Cabrera at second over Torres, and I'll be happy, which I'm not disagreeing with that. But you have to play Jones once in a while. I mean, look, I know Jahmai Jones is not a guy that's popular. I get that. I know a lot of fans are like, why are they playing him? But who do you play? Do you play Jahmai Jones at second? Do you play Gleyber Torres or DJ LeMahieu? Because Gleyber Torres, DJ LeMahieu, fans have been complaining about him, about both of those guys. And you hear it all the time of like, well, trade DJ, DFA DJ, trade him here, trade him there. It's like, you're not going to be able to trade him. You could DFA him, but that's not going to happen. At least not anytime soon.
Yeah.
So
I guess where my frustration lies is, and this is just me. I mean, I'm not going to speak for everybody else. I guess this is just me, but my frustration really lies with the fact that they've played Jahmai Jones more than guys like Grisham or, Wells and guys who probably should be playing more than Jahmai Jones. That's where my frustration lies because I feel like Jahmai Jones is getting more opportunities than most other guys. Not saying that they really have much of a choice in that matter. However, there are other guys who I would like to see play more that don't. But every time I look at a lineup, it seems like Jahmai Jones is always in that lineup. That's where my frustration lies. That's why I was questioning.
I understand. Well, so the thing with Jahmai Jones is that he's kind of like in a way, right? I'm not saying that he's exactly like this player, but he's kind of like in a way, like an IKF, where you could plug him in the infield, but you could plug him in the outfield, sort of thing. So there's that. That's not saying much, right, about him as a player, right? But he has that advantage over a guy like Grisham. But I mean, I'd rather, if we're talking outfield, I'd rather play Grisham over freaking Jemai Jones. Yeah. But as far as the infield goes, I mean, okay, you have a choice between Jemai Jones, Gleyber Torres, who everybody cannot stand, and DJ LeMahieu, another player that people can't stand. So take your pick. Unfortunately, the Yankees have players that are hurt. John Birdie's hurt.
I wish John Birdie wasn't hurt because he was really good for us.
He was, and that was a great trade that Cashman made. But unfortunately, the dude got hurt running out of the batter's box.
How long is he out for?
Well, he's supposed to be, from what I read last, he's supposed to be starting his rehab here in a few weeks.
That's good.
Yeah. So there is that.
So,
say that again.
I said we could really use him.
We could, yeah. I mean, he is needed right now, and John Carlos Stanton is hurt, so which is we have so that's another thing with these lineups is that with Stanton being hurt, the lineup is gonna be shuffled around a little bit. It's not gonna be consistent because of injuries. It's not like this is what in a perfect world. This isn't something that Boone wants to put out there, right?
I don't disagree with that.
Yeah, I'm just trying to get people. I know you get it, but I'm trying to get other folks to understand, because like Giancarlo, again, we know he's out. He's going to be out for a month. Then, if Dominguez wasn't hurt, he would have been called up. Unfortunately, he's hurt. Pereira could have been potentially called up, but he's out for the season with Tommy John,
no less.
So right now, the injury bug unfortunately makes the Yankees are limited in who they can play. So, the problem is that they're gonna deal with what they have to deal with right now. I mean, they're just gonna have to roll with the punches and just hope that they can, hold on, right? But hopefully, when the trade deadline comes, that these guys make some serious moves, and Brian Cashman is serious.
Yeah, I personally would like to see Rengifo or Ezekiel Duran, but that's me.
Yeah, and as far and unfortunately too, the other thing with second base, with Jemai Jones, I mean, yeah, people are saying you could call up Vivas, Peraza, but they're not performing well at the moment. I mean, Peraza, especially, that guy, apparently he's like another Torres. He's in his own head, Yeah.
Unfortunately, that's the downfall.
Yeah. And Caleb Durbin, yeah, sure, I would have loved to call him up, but I think he still might be hurt.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, so I mean, unfortunately, the injury bug has caught up with the Yankees, and this is something that is inevitable. Players get hurt.
We're gonna have to deal with it as it comes.
Yeah. It is what it is. So today's matchup is going to be Rodon versus Berrios.
Okay.
All right. So Berrios is a right-handed pitcher. Thank goodness, because the Yankees are in need of going up against a right-handed pitcher, because they've been getting their butts against left-handed pitchers. So Rodon right now 9-4 record with a 3.86 ERA. Berrios has a 6-6 record with a 3.43 ERA. I mean, hopefully the Yankees bats come through.
They need to.
They absolutely need to. So Cabrera has had 14 at bats against Berrios, and his batting average against Berrios is 429.
What?
429. 14 at bats by Cabrera. Grisham only 2 at bats, so 0 batting average. Aaron Judge has had 27, and he's hitting 370.
Wow.
DJ LeMahieu, I'm not gonna. Well, he's not playing today, but I'll just mention it. 24 at bats with a 333 average.
Not
Juan
bad.
Soto, Juan Soto, 4 at bats with a 250 average. Gleyber Torres, who's not playing today, he's had 26 with a 269 average. Verdugo, 23 at bats with a 304 average, and then Anthony Volpe, 7 at bats with a 286 average. Again, Verdugo, 304 average. Austin Wells, Ben Rice and Jahmai Jones have never hit against him. So this is their first time seeing him.
So is this Gleyber's second or third game that he's been benched?
Second game that he's not playing.
Okay.
So,
So the
as
Yankees
far
are really
as
trying to send a message to him.
well, you know what, man, it needs to be done. I also want to point this out about sending a message. Just because Aaron Boone doesn't chew out players on camera or in public, we don't know what he's doing backstage.
Yeah.
Or behind the cameras, or when the lights are off. We don't know, because he could be chewing guys out for all we know. Judge could very well be chewing people out too, for all we know.
But they're not going to do it where everybody can see it.
Yeah, I mean, let's just give the media more ammunition to add fuel to the fire.
Really, that would be great. That'd be intelligent. That's what I don't understand is like there's a lot of folks who think that Boone and guys like that don't say anything,
right?
Because we don't hear it. But the last thing that you want to do is give the media more ammunition to make them look like asses.
100%. We got my guy Christopher Cancel in the building. He was actually on my live stream earlier, man. He came on the open panel. So Christopher Cancel is
nice. How'd that go, by the way?
How did what?
How did it go?
It went well, man. It went well.
Live stream you did.
It was good. Yeah, Christopher Cancel is he's a Mets fan, but he came on the show when we talked a little bit about the Mets, about the Yankees. So it was a good conversation, man. He seemed like a really cool dude. So shout out to my guy Christopher. Yeah. But and Ken, you bring up an excellent point here. You say I don't care about Peraza's bat. You're not getting any productive at bats from Torres, DJ, Cabrera, or Jones. And with Peraza, you are getting the best defensive glove in the Yankees organization. I don't disagree with that, and you do. I mean, his defensive game is even better than Volpe's, but Volpe, there was a reason why Volpe beat him out, though. Volpe performed better overall,
Mm-hmm.
But that's a conversation for a different day. With Rodon, as far as the guys that he's pitched against, Bo Bichette has a 250 average. Clement has a 500 average, but only 2 at bats. Vlad Guerrero has 6 at bats with a 667 average. Kiermaier 7 at bats, 143. Springer 17 at bats, 118. Justin Turner 14 at bats, 214, and Barchot 3 at bats, 667. So a few of these guys are hitting against. They hit against Rodon, but yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But so Rodon versus Berrios for today's matchup there, Christopher. And then question is it true Gleyber and DJ are sitting if they're struggling? Why not send them down to the minors? Just curious. Well, who are they? I mean, if they send them down to the minors, who are they going to call up? I guess that would be my question. And yes, they are sitting.
I don't know who they could call up.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. So here's the lineup right here, man. I'll show the lineup to you real quick so you can see it. But that's my thing is who do you call up if you send those guys back down to the minors? I mean, I don't know what good that's going to do them, honestly.
I don't know if it will do them any good.
Probably not. But yeah, you could call up Vivas. A lot of folks are saying you could call up Vivas, but I don't know if he's the answer. I know he hit a home run today. Brad
Did he?
pointed that out. Yeah, he hit a home run today. He launched one today. I saw the video on that.
Oh, nice.
So, but it is wait, you're saying Spencer Jones over Ben?
Ben Rice?
Ben Rice?
Spencer Jones is ready yet.
No, Spencer Jones is not ready, man. He's still has some developing to do. He's got plenty of developing to do. You don't call him up.
He'll be ready in like a year or two, but he's not ready now.
So, Chris, to answer your question about Ben Rice, how's he been doing so far? So far, so good. But it's a small sample size, but I like his approach at the plate. I like how he's looked at the plate. His his defensive game at first base, he's not bad. He's a catcher, really, but his how he's been playing first base, he's looked pretty good. I like what I've seen from him so far. I'm not expecting anything extravagant because he literally just got called up. So far so good. He's got a good approach to the plate. I like his swing. He hits the ball hard. So
I also like that he's been getting consistent playing time.
Yeah. Yeah, Kevin, I did see that. Yoendris Gomez got sent down, and then Jake Cousins got called up.
That I don't understand. Gomez was pitching great. Why would you waste his final option? I don't understand that. Like, why?
Yeah.
What did Yoendris Gomez do that was so wrong? Was it because he pitched well? Because if that's the case, that's a bullshit excuse.
I want to say he got knocked around against the Mets yesterday. But,
So one bad outing automatically is his ticket back to AAA? That doesn't make any sense.
Right. But real quick before I'll take the lineup out, folks in the chat, drop your predictions for Carlos Rodon. How do you think he's going to do? Today, and just so everybody knows, and I'm not trying to cut it short, today's live stream is going to be a little bit shorter because I started a little bit later, but I have some things that I have to take care of tonight. But I want to let's get everybody's predictions for Ben Rice. And Chris is asking who's our biggest threat from Toronto. What are your key points to stop him or them? I mean, the way I see it, Vlad Jr., he's a threat. Bo Bichette, he can be a threat. George Springer, he could be a threat. So the Blue Jays, as far as I'm concerned, when it comes to the Yankees, are a threat. Because they play the Yankees hard. It doesn't matter what place they're last place in the division, but they do play the Yankees hard, especially in Toronto. What up, Paranormal? And they did, yeah. And they, as far as Cousins being brought up, they needed a fresh arm in the bullpen. He's absolutely. Brad is saying this, and he's absolutely right.
Okay.
Yeah.
So for Rodon, I'll give him 6 strikeouts.
Yeah.
3 walks. I'll give him 4 earned. I don't think he'll be great, but I think he'll be good enough that it keeps us in the game.
No doubt. I'm gonna give him 5 innings. I'll say 5 strikeouts. I'm gonna say 5 strikeouts, 4 walks. Honestly,
Okay.
Because he's been walking some guys lately. So I'm gonna say 5 strikeouts, 4 walks, 5 innings, and he's gonna give up 4 runs.
Okay.
So
Fair.
that's what I think. Yeah. So folks in the chat, what are we all saying? So Lou is saying 5 innings, 4 earned runs, 5 strikeouts. Any walks in your prediction there, Lou? Let me know. Jonathan's saying 5 innings, 1/3, 6 strikeouts, 3 earned runs, 4 walks. Okay. Nosebleed section is saying 5 innings pitched, 3 walks, 4 runs, 5 strikeouts.
Okay.
Yeah. Oh, Albert. Yeah, you might be right. I didn't know. I didn't know if Bo Bichette was on the injured list or not.
Is he
Albert's
hurt?
saying Albert's saying he heard that Bo Bichette is on the injured list. He might be right. I'm not 100% though. I'd have to check their lineup. Ken is saying 5 2/3, 5 strikeouts, 2 walks, 3 earned runs.
Okay.
Brad is saying Vladdy is only a threat in eating all the cheeseburgers. This is true. Christopher is saying he's giving Rodon 7 innings. Okay, cool.
Okay.
Yankees
like
2
the
is saying
confidence.
Rodon. Yeah, Rodon is saying, or Yankees 2 is saying Rodon goes 6 1/3, 2 walks, 6 strikeouts, 3 runs. And we got Li Yankee King, one of my favorites, who is saying, "What's up, guys?" And I'm loving that I see Ben Rice and Austin Wells in the lineup. A lot of people are there, Li. A lot of people are. So you and me both. You and me both there, bro. Okay, Gregory Wayne, thank you for that. Bichette is batting leadoff. Well, there you go. So I'm going to pull up the over-under for today's game as well. Yeah, it'll be an interesting game. I mean, they have a 4-game set against Toronto. Let's see. Christopher, appreciate it, man. Good luck tonight, fellas, he says. And is Austin Wells an average catcher or so-so? If we're talking defensively, he's okay. He's okay. He's known for his bat, though, more or less. I mean, that was the thing about him when he played in the minors. Would you agree with that?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'd agree with that.
Li says he's a good catcher. So I know Li is very big on Austin Wells. So he's saying that I'm wrong that Wells is a good catcher. I mean, I'm not saying he's absolutely bad, but there's been a few times where he's thrown the ball to center field, and there's been some bad throws. But I mean, same could be said about Trevino. You know, the Yankee opposing teams do run on these guys too. So again, I'm not saying he's a great catcher. I'm not saying he's a bad one. I'm saying he could improve. He could be better.
We could
and
all
I hope he doesn't. Yeah, and I like Austin, and I do like Austin Wells before anybody gets it twisted. What's up, Stephen B? Ken says the biggest threats to the Yankees are IKF and Clement.
Okay.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and I know Christopher. I know the Mets. Who are they playing? They're playing the Astros. Who are they playing again? The Astros? If I'm not mistaken. So. Yeah. Yeah, no doubt. And then I saw another thing here. Oh, Sunil's saying 5 2/3, 5 hits, 2 runs, 2 earned runs, 1 walk, 7 strikeouts. All right, that's cool.
Have you heard from Caputo lately?
I have not. I see him on the Twitter Spaces, but that's about it. And Brad is saying Wells is a decent catcher with a questionable arm. You know what? I could buy into that statement. Questionable arm, yeah, it's questionable, but that's what we got. And the over/under for tonight's game, we're looking at 8.5. No, the over/under is 9.
Okay.
The over/under is 9.
Well, the Yankees played like they did last night. They're not going to do shit.
Yeah. So over under 9. I mean, I saw a few people drop their score predictions. I'm trying to find it, but Folks in the chat, drop your score predictions. What do you got? And Christopher, appreciate you, man. He says we play the Astros tomorrow night. No game for us today. That's why I'm chilling with you. You're cool. Appreciate you, man. Thank you so much. Appreciate the kind words, man. What are you munching on?
Steak and salad.
Oh, all right. There you go. Let's see. So Lou is saying 6-2 Jays. So he's on the under. 5-4 by Jonathan. 8-7 nosebleed section. Army Chow Mein is saying 9-1. Whew. I mean, I like the score prediction. I don't know.
I'll go for let's go. I'll go 5-4 tonight.
You're gonna go 5-4? Yeah, I'm gonna go. Sunil's saying 8-3. Chris says 6-5.
Okay.
That was like no joke. That was the score that I had in my mind was 6-5.
I think it's gonna go 5-4 Yankees and extras.
Extra innings, huh? I hope it ain't extra innings, man, because when it comes to extra innings, the Yankees are piss poor. Since 2022, they got a 4-20 record, dude. It's bad.
Lovely.
Yeah. So, yeah, let's avoid extra innings. Sunil says 8-3. LI Yankee King is saying 5-2. Man, I hope Ben Rice hits a home run tonight, man. I want him to get his first career home run.
That'd be awesome.
So that would be dope. So I know you got Ken is saying 5-3. The Jays have been hitting like crap, he says. Yeah. Well, hopefully our pitching can take advantage of that.
Mm-hmm.
You know, you're eating steak and salad. Nosebleed section's having pizza and garlic bread tonight. That sounds really good.
That reminds me, I was supposed to make my garlic bread tonight, but I forgot to. Oh, well.
Oh, man. Okay. Let's see. Oh, Albert. Yeah, it happens. Albert says 5-4. And then Rodon's prediction, he's saying 5 innings, 3 runs allowed by Rodon. 5 strikeouts, 2 walks. Okay.
Look at Jared's.
Jared, 36-7 Yankees. Sweet. So they're playing football. Got you. Yeah, nosebleed section, I agree. If it goes to extra innings, man, I get worried. They're playing it in Toronto there, Christopher. Stephen B is steak on grill, rice and salad, so almost similar to yours. Yankees fans got to stop saying we need a first baseman when we have Ben Rice. I've heard it. I didn't hear that on the spaces there, LI, but I'm okay with Ben Rice playing first base. And the only other person I would have said for first base would have been TJ Rumfield.
Mm-hmm. I agree.
Rumfield is an actual first baseman.
Jared's doing veggie fried rice and chicken.
Veggie fried rice and chicken, cool. Sunil's going to Matito's Tex-Mex and then watching A Quiet Place Day 1 tonight, also known as the Yankees offensive late. Okay. Yeah, I think so too.
Is Rumfield even on the 40-man?
Is what?
Is Rumfield even on the 40-man?
I believe so. I mean, I heard a lot of fans about, talking about calling him up potentially. And Brad is saying that's 36 double plays for the series the Yankees hit into. Jonathan's saying Rumfield's not on the 40-man. I thought he was. I gotta. Yeah, Stephen B is saying no. So, but that could have been your. I mean, that's another guy who potentially in the future could be your future first baseman. It's just Ben Rice's bat is better than Rumfield's.
I agree.
So for the series the Yankees hit, which series are we talking about there, Brad? And I think the Yankees are leading the league right now with like 80 double plays. It's something ridiculous. Okay, Brad, thank you. Not on the 40, man. I got you. Dude, 2 double plays tonight. Nosebleed section's predicting. He said all by Verdugo. Oh, boy.
Oh, boy. Here we go.
Yeah. Yeah, you know what, Stephen B? I never even really questioned Ben Rice's defense, to be honest with you. I had a feeling his defense was going to be good.
I'm trying to see the stats there for double plays.
Yeah, Chris, Nosebleed section saying that Alex Verdugo is going to hit into 2 double plays, meaning when he comes up to bat, so offensively. Ben Rice isn't going to succeed as a first baseman in this organization. They're not giving him a chance to work it out. He doesn't play against left-handed pitching. That's Ken's comment.
Okay.
I mean, we will see. That's all I could really say. I mean, I know he was a catcher, really more of a catcher, but he's been all right with he's been doing fine at first base thus far.
I haven't had a problem with him.
Yeah. Army Chow Mein is saying NFE there's a kid named Kim Do Young from the Kia Tigers KBO who after 75 games just hit into his second GDP. Kid is
here's the answer to your question for double plays.
Yeah.
The Yankees have grounded into the most double plays by a team this season with 77.
Oh, all right. I thought I saw 80. Jared was saying 82, but I'm not sure.
Whatever. They're a double play machine. Yeah. You can always count on them to make hit into a double play.
Yeah. So Armin Chowman is saying that this guy is equal to a double A ball, but I mean, I feel that, but how would he perform at the major league level? Because playing in KBO and playing at MLB, totally different.
Mm-hmm. There was another comment up here. Just trying to pull up this one, and I don't agree with it at all.
Oh.
I don't know why we're even going down this road.
If you want to give up on the season, by all means, dude. I won't stop you. And Ken says he would bet $100 that Rice is either behind the dish or moved at the deadline. I wouldn't be surprised if he was traded. I know, talking with Dane Huber and Rob, who I'm going to actually have on the show tomorrow because we're going to talk about Yankees prospects.
That's awesome.
Yeah, it's going to be a lot of fun. I'm looking forward to it. I could see Ben Rice, I've said it too, that even before talking to those guys, Ben Rice could be a trade piece.
He could be. I mean, look, at this point, I don't know if you can say that there's really any untouchables unless the name is Spencer Jones, in which then you can say untouchable. I think at this point, the Yankees need to be willing, because they've already went out and got Soto and Verdugo, which means they're all in this year, at least from what it looks like to me.
Yeah.
I think they have to be very mindful and they have to very heavily consider trading pieces that they don't want to get them the pieces that they need to get them over that hump.
Yeah.
Maybe even moving TJ Rumfeld. I know it's not a popular topic, but
Yeah.
if they move Rumfield and they keep Rice, I'd be okay with that.
Yeah, I mean, we'll see what happens. But, yeah, I mean, with Rizzo being out, I mean, Rice is the guy that makes the most sense. And there's no way that they're going to – I don't think the Yankees are going to trade him, especially with especially with Rizzo being hurt. And Rizzo's time – I mean, Rizzo could, at this point, I hate to say it, he could be another guy on the bench, that's going to be a bench piece. Or, I don't know what the plan is, but you got to have Rice there, And Christopher, to answer to your question, who's Spencer Jones? He's a center fielder. He's a center fielder. He's not a pitcher. He's a center fielder. He's got a great defensive game. His bat is good, although there's some improvement that needs to be made. But he's got a lot of potential, though. A lot of potential.
Mm-hmm.
He's kind of like I would call him like similar to like Cody Bellinger. I mean, you could make that comparison.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of folks have made that comparison, and I see it personally.
I just wonder though, and they're going to try to make Spencer Jones a first baseman, because I know there've been a lot of talks about it, and he's even taken reps at first. So I wonder if they're going to try to convert him to a first baseman.
Yeah,
we'll see.
Yeah, I mean, I'd rather have Spencer Jones in the outfield. I'd rather have him in the outfield, but if you're trying to have him and Jason Dominguez on the same team, I mean, how do you maneuver that, right? Because I'm sure the Yankees are going to try and find a way to make that happen.
Yeah. Li says, who could be the future ace? Gavin Williams. If we trade
Gavin Williams, yeah.
If we trade Augustin Ramirez for Gavin Williams. I don't know if the Guardians are going to trade him, though. So
the Guardians, the thing is, I don't think Guardians are going to be sellers because of the fact that they are in first place in their division. So
exactly.
They're not. If anything, though, they might be buyers if they want to add anybody to their team, if they have any needs.
Yeah.
I could see that. I mean, the Guardians I'm surprised is they're playing a pretty decent season this year.
They are having a decent year.
Yeah, they're having a pretty decent year. I mean, I thought maybe they could have been in a little bit of trouble, but no, that's not the case. They have a good squad. They have a really good squad. So, we'll see what happens. But
here's the thing, though. How old is Gavin Williams? So because I don't know much about him. I do know that the Guardians are very high on him. I just don't know how old he is. So
I'm looking. Well, he's 20. He's 24. He'll be 25 next month. He'll be 25 next month. So, I mean, so far, through the 2023 season, a 3-5 record with a 3.29 ERA. So, I mean, that's what it's
not bad.
It's not, yeah.
It's not great, but it's not bad.
But I do want to point this out. Williams began the 2024 season on the IL with right elbow inflammation. He was transferred to the 60-day IL on May 9th.
There's my red flag right there.
That is an immediate.
That's all you had to say, and I'm out on it.
Yeah. Right. But
did you hear that there's another pitcher who just got put on the IL today?
Yeah, you sent that in the yep.
Spencer Turnbull's gonna. Oh, not Spencer Turnbull. Sorry, Cubs place Javier Assad.
Yeah.
And I have to say, when I went to Wrigley Field, NFE, to go see the Cubs play the Reds, he pitched in that game, and he looked good for them.
Yeah, and it's unfortunate that he's getting TJS, or he might get TJS.
He might.
Yeah, and LI saying I understand that, but with Blake and Cole, I mean, I get that, LI, but at the same time, man, if this guy gets hurt, Yankees fans are going to
they're going to be livid.
Yeah, but and Ken compliments you on your haircut and military shave.
I appreciate that, Ken.
Yeah, no doubt. But folks, I am going to wrap it up though. The game is going to start here soon, so make sure you all tune into the game. I hope everybody's having a good day. Hopefully, you all have a good evening. I do appreciate you all jumping on as always and getting involved in the chat and having this, back and forth conversations, because I do really enjoy it. So, folks in the chat, make sure you all hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, share this channel out with anybody you know. I would greatly appreciate it. Any and all the support that you all give me is greatly appreciated. And he's asking this question here: is the reason you guys don't want to give Spencer Jones away is because he'll be your future center fielder? That's the game plan.
That's what the Yankees have in store for him, at least.
Yeah. People are saying, "Oh, the Yankees could trade Spencer Jones," and my answer to that is, if they wanted to trade him, they would have done it in the offseason.
Kick rocks and get them.
And that too,
Yep.
Yeah. It's like they would have done it in the offseason for Dylan Cease or Corbin Burns. So they didn't.
Which they didn't do. So kick rocks and get Ben.
Yeah. And that's with the White Sox. Nobody here. But on that note, I'm going to wrap it up. Again, thank you all for coming on. I will see you all tomorrow. Hopefully I see you all tomorrow, because I'm going to have Dane Huber from NYYU and Yankees Farm. And I'm going to have Rob from the Pinstripe Chronicles podcast. 5 o'clock tomorrow, folks. We're going to talk Yankees prospects, and drop your questions tomorrow if you all got questions about prospects. Good guy. They're good guys to talk to. And, both of them really do a good job with the prospects. So, I mean, I've had them both on for separate shows, and it's always great. It was great talking to both of them. So now I get them together. So it's going to be a lot of fun.
And both are very knowledgeable. So pay attention to them.
Yeah, pay attention to them. On that note, folks, thank you again. And I'll see you all tomorrow. Enjoy the game. Let's go, Yankees.